Hi everyone and welcome back to Linda Libra Loca. Today I'm showing you 3 different ways to wear an orange lip, and the first look is called Girl Next Door. I'm starting with a light brown shadow. This one is taken from a Revlon palette and just applied with a fluffy brush all over my lid up into my crease. If you're wondering, I have done my base and my brows before filming in every tutorial. Then I'm using the darker brown, just applying that to the crease and the outer part of my eye. Don't worry, this palette is not as heavy in pigmentation as I usually like my eyeshadows, so it will turn out very subtle even though when blended in, even though it looks kind of intense, it will be perfect for an everyday look. Then I'm using a clean blending brush just to clean up the edges. And then I'm using the same blending brush and using the brow bone shade just to accentuate my brows and give a little highlight there. And I use the same color in the inner corner of my eyes for a more awake effect. I'm using a pencil liner this time. This is one of the MAC Pearl Light Intense eyeliners, a very lovely black with golden sparkle that turns out khaki when buffed out, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm using the blending brush again and soften the line for an everyday softer look. You will see the difference right now when I apply it to the other eye. Turns from harsh line to a soft smoked outline with a almost khaki feel to it that I really like. Then an everyday mascara and the Revlon Colorburst lip gloss in the color Sizzle. That one does apply intense at first, but shears out very quickly, giving your lips just a hint of orange, so you can ease into wearing orange lips. This is the finished look, perfect for out and about. The second look is called Party On, and I'm actually starting with a blush that I'm applying all over my lid. I'm using a nude blush with slightly golden shimmer. That's called Garb, and that will be the base, the transition color for all my other shadows. Then I'm using a golden brownish shadow. This is sadly a limited edition quad, and I'm applying that to the outer part of my eye and all along the crease, just like you would do with a cut crease. And then I'm using a blending brush, starting to blend everything in. A golden sparkly eyeshadow Max Flip, a frost, goes on the center of my lid to the inner part, and the camera sadly doesn't pick up as good, but it adds some really great pop to the bronzy eyes. And then I'm using Manila paper, another frosty shade because it's party and you're about to go all out, and apply that to the inner corner for a small highlight. I then choose a liquid liner, my favorite L'Oreal Super Liner, and apply a very thin line close to the lashes on both eyes. And after I have done that, I'm going to do the wing. I wear eyeliner every day, but I think party look calls for some wing. And for the wing, I'm just following the shape that I mapped out with the eyeshadow in the first place. And this is how it looks. It elongates the eyes, gives the slight cat eye effect that I'm going to intensify with a very intense mascara. Then I'm using a L'Oreal Glam Matte Gloss that is very orange but by no means matte. As you can see, it's intense in color and it stays that way. I like the applicator a lot because you can easily follow the shape of your lips. And this is my party look, ready to go out. And now for the most colorful of the three, the 80s are back. Just with any colorful look, I'm starting with a MAC paint pot, and this one is in Painterly, just to even out my lids and give the colors something they can adhere to, because I find that makes them pop. Then I'm using another MAC eyeshadow, a lovely intense glittery blue, and apply that to the center and the outer part of my eye. You will see the shape that I map out in a second, but I make sure to really pat on the eyeshadow instead of just swiping it over for more intense color payoff. And I'm showing you how it looks. Looks a little strange. And I'm using a Clarins eyeshadow palette, gift from my mother. I usually don't wear any blue eyeshadow, and use the sparkly lighter blue shadow in the inner part of my eye. And I blend it into the blue so there's a gradient effect. And then I'm going in with really dark blue and just dab that into my crease. It looks pretty intense right now, but you will see that if you just take a little and then blend it out, just taking the extra color away and then start blending with the brush that I applied with, and then with the brow color that I used further on. This is a non-sparkly color because that would be just too much, and the blending brush, that it will look toned down enough to be wearable. As with any colorful look, I feel like you need some barrier to your eyes, so I'm applying a really thin line of L'Oreal Super Liner, just black liquid liner, to the roots of my lashes. No wing this time, the eyeshadow is intense enough. And again, use a very intense mascara. On my lips, for the full-on orange clash, the L'Oreal Glam Matte Gloss. As you have seen, it's a very intense color. And you may have noticed that in this tutorial I have applied my blush much more intense than in the previous ones, so just channeling the real 80s vibe. You know, I grew up in the 80s, I've seen all that, and I still get a little uncomfortable. This is the edgy, high ponytail 80s look that I'm channeling, and I hope you enjoyed. Leave me a request in the comments for any other 3 looks you would like to see, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye!